start off top 8 on the winner's side and lost to Rewind, and Tweedy was able to eliminate Biohazard to get to this point. So these are two players that have definitely seen, I suppose, differing journeys in top 8 so far.
When these guys played at CEO, it was Starfire versus Catwoman. I kind of felt like when Semiij kind of got that download on the matchup at that point in time, Tweedy couldn't really reach that next level of their personal matchup. But I think they've had plenty of time to adjust, and it could definitely go either way. The change is going to be Dr. Fate this time, different matchup. And there's the forward 2 Glyph Punish into a full combo because of the red stuff.
Okay, but there's the dodge from Semiij, but
so
Tweedy again. I actually love Tweedy's use of that, though. Those preemptive normals, those preemptive buttons, just to fill the space. So if Semiij dares press anything, he's going to get launched, and that's going to be full screen city for Tweedy again.
Clean whiff punish though, can't whiff that forward 2. You know forward 2 is one of the best mids in the game with Dr. Fate. Still whiff punishable, and Catwoman will just check that all day, every day. There's the back 2, incredibly active, so it catches the launch. Not a huge amount of damage, but it's more about just controlling the space. And the second the orb's on screen, it's going to be Ank Central, Air Tech. Don't quite get the down forward 1, but damage is damage.
He does get the maximum out, but still some at least to keep the life lead going. Okay, and again, yes,
so
Tweedy is getting so much out of that button.
And I think that's why we've seen this matchup be picked. And he wants to kind of have that, the back 2 is such a thorn in Catwoman's side, I think.
Oh, Tweedy,
wow.
Yep, he went for the forward 2. He tried to whiff punish. It was a little bit late and ended up losing damage himself for it. Semiij, good block from Tweedy in the cross-up into a throw. Tweedy definitely not ready for that.
Now the down back 2. Really, really good wake-up attack. Safer on block. You know, it's definitely not super, super punishable. All right, there's the release. Excellent choice. Spending a second bar just to get the launch. That was a great decision from Tweedy, actually. Reacting to the jump in with the pause, and he does it again 2 times in a row.
Yeah, Semiij saved the clash before, but now he's going to use it. Wanted to save it when he's a little bit lower on health. Still has a massive meter advantage, so going to be guaranteed some life back. Maybe taking the 1 bar. We said before, Semiij, he's very conservative with clashes. He doesn't want to spend everything all the time.
Oh, that was so sick, but it's not enough. Goes for the release just in case he goes for the Ank, but he goes for the string instead. And every ounce of damage Tweedy did there was consolation damage. He was going to lose eventually, but how much damage he did before that, that was the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you have like effectively less than like 1% of health left. You want to just do as much as you can before you inevitably lose that little bit of life. And Tweedy now with a massive lead. Semiij with the knowledge, he's neutral jumping the Anks because he knows that's the answer through it.
He also knows that at close range, the straight laser with Dr. Fate goes underneath. Gets a couple of Anks, and that's actually not good news because even though they do 1% each, with 9% of health left, Semiij can't get hit by a single one of those anymore, and the forward 2 lands successfully. Tweedy gets the first game.
Yep, game number 1 going in the way of Tweedy. This change in the matchup definitely working out for him. I think that really works too. Tweedy, he very much thrives on those drier characters, right? He spent the first year playing Superman and was very spacing heavy. You know, really thrived on that full screen game. And now fast forward the clocks to the year after, and now look at his team. It's Starfire, it's Dr. Fate. These characters that really do just excel at frustrating you.
Fortress of Solitude, though. The background bounce for Dr. Fate. That's the important thing. He's going to get damage without needing to be in red trait.
Well, that's the weird thing, right? Dr. Fate traditionally doesn't really open you up on the ground. You know, the majority of his damage comes from just special moves or projectiles. That being said, obviously, he does get some damage off of the forward 2, you know, being the fact that you can whiff punish with it. So if he's got 2 bars, can obviously launch. But now with the background bounce, does not need to do that.
You can focus a lot of saving resources too. And the second Dr. Fate gets bar, obviously he gets safer options, more damage, especially if you meter burn his straight laser in the trait mode.
Oh wow!
Instant jump 1 anti-air. There's the back 3, and this is going to be very close to the round.
What an answer! You said before he just forward dashed alongside his orb and an instant jump light to get that air to air. Tweedy is just playing 1 step ahead right now, and Semiij has to catch up. He is so down on life.
So comfortable in this matchup. So comfortable indeed. All right, there's the release. Building the Anks. They do launch on hit when he's in trait, so that's why Semiij is watching out.
That could be a max range. Some damage for Semiij. He has Tweedy cornered now. This is where he needs to keep him.
Oh, challenges the plus frames. Actually surprised Tweedy did that.
Well, basically cost him his entire lead. That's probably enough damage. Take the life bar, not quite.
Oh wow. My god, it was so active! Oh my god, again.
Yeah, the sad thing about that is that Semiij jumped back to 100% bait that. And he just too close.
All right, he's not going to make the same mistake twice. We're going to respect the plus frames now.
Oh, empty jump from Tweedy. Smart, realizing he wasn't in range.
Spacing, though, is the key. That was such a good reactionary dodge as well. But they're both very comfortable in this matchup. Another anti-air whiffs the interaction. Oh my god, what is going on?
Again, we haven't seen Tweedy get as much out of that button this time. The range just hasn't been there for him, but still ready and waiting. There's a launch. They're going into the orb. He doesn't want to even do anything. No unclashable. Doesn't want to risk it at all.
By the way, guys, to micromanage those Ang summons and drops combined with the rest of your specials, very, very execution heavy.
I mean, Dr. Fate is a tricky character to play, right? Yeah, he's keep away, but that doesn't mean he's easy to use.
Oh my god!
Oh, the air tech. Semiij, but the legs clipping the orb from above, and Semiij shaking his head. He knows he's not happy about that one, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, as Tweedy knows exactly how to play this matchup.
But if you're one hit away from death, and if you stay on the ground, you get hit by the straight projectile and get chipped. If you jump, you might jump over the laser, and then you might get punished. It was really an all-or-nothing situation. Semiij couldn't afford to sit there, and it would have been a hard read to do nothing.
Well, you know that Tweedy's going to be happy with this regardless, and obviously not just because the obvious thing that he's now winning, right? But the fact that last time these guys fought in tournament at CEO and Grand Finals, it was incredibly one-sided.
It was dominant, man.
It was a dominant match. Defeat. And going to be going back to Fortress of Solitude, but honestly, I don't think that's a bad stage for Semiij. I don't think he really cared about swapping it. I think he just wanted some time. He is one game away from being eliminated against the opponent that last time they fought was incredibly one-sided. But Tweedy, he's made the adjustment.
Oh my
he's
God.
here to play. He's going to get the first hit and the first file for a character like Dr. Fate. That is incredible. Oh wow,
so
look at that damage.
It's because it started from a jump in 3. You get so much damage from those heavies. Here comes the corner conversion. A knockdown again. The delayed wake up from Semiij finally pulls the trigger on a wake up attack. That is the first time we've seen a wake up all tournament.
Indeed, but Tweedy, he's going to corner himself in the process, so he did all that work to get Semiij in the corner, all that space behind him. But that one jump in, I actually feel like Tweedy maybe was feeling himself a little bit too much, as now he is cornered and that life bar has been completely evened out. Tweedy went from a demanding lead to now Semiij has completely stolen this one back.
And now he can chip if he wants. He's got his trait, and he spends it. Increased chip damage, and he tries to go in for the forward 2, just in case he caught Semiij pressing a button. And that was basically 0 to 100 right there.
Yeah, it's using most of his trait, but he has some left, stopping the orb, just trying to even things out here. It's ran out.
With punish on the interaction.
Wow.
Oh, it's so active!
Literally saw Semiij's eyes just popped wide open. He was not expecting it to be that active.
It almost disappeared and he got hit. I think that's why Semiij was so surprised, but that's why it's one of the best buttons in the game. Match point for Tweedy just here. Catches another full combo, and here comes the zoning once more.
Oh, wow, the cat dash. So close to connecting, but so far, Tweedy, this is still match point for him. Semiij can definitely bring this back. We saw the comeback he made in the first life bar, but he's going to have to do so again if Tweedy can just keep chipping him down like this. Oh, a little bit too slow from Tweedy.
And you're noticing at jump 2 range, Tweedy is not trying to anti-air with forward 2. He knows he's going to eat that jump 2 and he can't risk it. There's the wake up, sending them full screen. Can he knock him into the orb? Increased chip damage. And he's got so much bar as well. This is Tweedy's game to win, 100%.
And at this life, it's going to be so hard to ever clash anything. Tweedy is just going to be one special move at a time. This could be the opening that Semiij needs, though. No, he drops the combo at the end. Still trying to press buttons.
And now it's do or die. Doesn't meet a burn. Doesn't want the plus frames. Tries to get the guaranteed chip. Needs so much more. The plus on block forward 3 doesn't allow him to clash.
And there's the wake up was his only answer. It worked. And there it is, the down 1. And Tweedy is going to be moving on over Semiij 3-0. Talking to the crowd. Let him hear as he moves through even further in loser side of this bracket. He is on a tear right now.
Talk about